John, great scoop by you here about this, what's happening at the State Department. You've got the invitation we just mentioned, right? 900 invitations going out to that party. Then the next day, you've got another 180 people invited to a party for ambassadors. Another party being billed as a holiday open house at the White House, holiday cheer at Blair House. You've got all this stuff going on. There are concerns. There are red flags. And the State Department is defending this, right? Talk us through this.
Absolutely. You know, when I raised these issues that event planners had about their own personal safety to State Department officials, a State Department spokesman said, look, we're going to be following all social distancing guidelines. People are going to have hand sanitizer at the ready. There's going to be temperature checks. Of course, as we've learned throughout this coronavirus pandemic, those measures pale in comparison to the potential viral load that is present when you have hundreds of people indoors at a large gathering, unmasking because of the presence of alcohol and food.
We reached out to the State Department, too, for a reaction in your new reporting. They told us the same thing, the stuff about wearing masks, social distancing guidelines, et cetera. But it's not just the State Department, right? You also have the White House hosting at least 20 indoor holiday parties. You talked with an infectious disease expert who says these events are dangerous and that, quote, it's unfair, it's unethical, and it flies in the face of what we need to do to protect each other. I wonder, too, if your reporting backs up the concern that there is kind of a double standard, right? A set of rules for the rest of us that aren't followed by the people making the rules, not just as illustrated by this incident, but other leaders. I think of Gavin Newsom. Nancy Pelosi canceled that reception for freshman Democrats after that photo went viral, et cetera.
Yeah, Hallie, I mean, the feelings of hypocrisy and the anger inside the State Department, this is almost sort of the straw that broke the camel's back in some ways. First of all, there's an immediate concern that officials just don't feel safe at this party and they're having to work there. And let's not forget about the catering teams, people that might not even have health insurance that are put at risk by having to serve an event like this. But then you have the sort of larger, hypocrisy issue where, obviously they sent the guidance out telling people not to have indoor events that are non-mission critical, just do it virtual. This kind of fits into a pattern for some diplomats at the State Department that Secretary Pompeo is not walking the walk. This is the same secretary that put out a mission statement for all diplomats saying, everyone should be absolutely apolitical, and then turning around and giving a speech at the RNC, a big Republican a booster event for the president's reelection. So all of those things together have created a lot of anger about this. And there's still questions about the coverage on moments like today, as if we're giving a spotlight to the infectious disease experts who are raising concerns about this, about whether or not that's going to be enough to cancel the event or radically change the event, reduce the numbers, make it more safe. But honestly, the officials that I talked to this morning believe that it's probably just going to go on despite the coverage.
That's interesting. And I was going to ask you about that. Are the officials you're talking to, the sources you're talking to at all, trying to make the point that this is a mission critical event? Is that how they're trying to get around sort of that language there?
I haven't heard anyone try to make the case that this is mission critical. That was not what the spokespeople were saying. Okay. But of course, they weren't responding to a lot of questions that are just sort of obvious in an event like this. You say everyone's going to be wearing masks. How are they going to consume the food and alcohol? Like, is this all going to be sort of ground up in some sort of pureed beverage that they can sip out of? Obviously, that's not going to happen. And so there's a lot of questions that they haven't answered. They've never defended mission critical. They've never defended the aspect that people, sure, will take masks off at this.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.